No matter how good we look, no matter how fit we are, men are still seeing primarily our presumed dwindling fertility as a knock against us. And speaking of fertility, that is another reason that I want younger black women to seek marriage and partnership in college or right after, if that's what they choose. Because the number of college-educated black men is so low when compared to black college-educated women that we're all going to be targeting the same small pool of men.
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. I do apologize for the lighting. It might be a little bright, so it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of messing up, how the lighting is on the camera. But, man, guys, listen. We got our good sister, Ebony K. Williams, right? Now, I've never really talked about this sister. I never really thought, I knew it was gonna. I knew I was going to talk about her at some point. But hey, I was like, you know what? She ain't saying enough for me to really care. She ain't saying anything for me to care enough, to try to go out my way to go make a video about it, But with this one right here, she put the icing on the cake. All right, she put the icing on the cake. I let other YouTube channels, man, handle that stuff. Handle this sister right here. Especially O'Shea Duke Jackson. That's how I even really got hip to her in the first place. So the fact that, we've gotten to this point with this sister, man. This sister she's so bitter. She is so bitter. She is so bitter. It's sad, right? It's sad. And why are you so vile towards black men? That's my biggest question. Why are you so vile towards black men? She got so much to say about black men, and it's crazy. Right? And my only question is, why you keep, what type of black men are you talking about? Right? Because this is like the group black men all together, right? And the sad thing about it is, it's like, okay, what are you trying to say? Who are you trying to say that pretty much all black men are Pookies and Ray Rays and this and that, right? And when you look at this video, she's going to pretty much say that only 10% of your black men are good black men, right? Are black men that black women should only want to fight for, right? So my thing is, right, if that's the case, right, if you only feel that only 10% of black men are good men, if that's how you feel, if you feel like only 10% of black men are good black men, then what world are you living in? Right? Because most of your men are good black men. Most of your men are great black men, right? But the sad thing about it is, when you have sisters who think like she does, you're going to have good black men who are going to look at that and say, I don't even want to deal with that. Most of your men are good black men. Your average men are good black men. But guess what? This sister right here, she don't look at average men as being average men, right? She look at average men as being below average. So let's look at this video.
The reality that needs to be said out loud is that as black men age, their desirability increases. Thus, their optionality of women is always expanding. And the exact opposite is true for black women. As we age, doesn't matter how much money we accumulate, our degrees or professional accolades, the reality is that our marriage and partnership market value is depreciating with every passing year.
Every passing year. Well, she hates saying that. But obviously she's been watching some Red Pill and some Manosphere. We've been saying this for a long time, right? We've been saying this for a long time. Now, I feel like maybe she's being sarcastic because, of course, she's obviously said, she says, hey, supposedly our value decreases, which is true. It does. But once again, when you are a feminist like her, once again, and I say about 95% of your women have a feminist mindset here in America. She's one of them, right? She's one of them. When you think like her, you're going to be in your 30s, in your 40s, single, no kids. Does she even have any kids? Right? This sister is lost.
No matter how good we look, no matter how fit we are, men are still seeing primarily our presumed dwindling fertility as a knock against us. And speaking of fertility, that is another reason that I want younger black women to seek marriage and partnership in college or right after, if that's what they choose. Because the number of college-educated black men...
We've been saying this for I don't know how long. We've been saying this for I don't know how long. Black men in the Manosphere and the Red Pill have been telling sisters, hey, yo, you should want to take your life seriously, right? You should want to be serious about what you got going on. You should want to be serious about your future, right? When you tell sisters that, oh, well, you know, I'm a city girl. Oh, I'm a high girl. Or, you know what, hey, man, listen, I'm living my best life. I'm not worried about no man. I'm not worried about this. I'm not worried about that. For the longest, we hear this from a lot of women. Sis, focus on yourself. Sis, do you. Sis, have fun. You're only in college one time. Enjoy your time there. Enjoy your time there. Because guess what? Once you get out of college, then you're actually gonna have to work. And it's like, I get it. I understand. Have your fun. Have your fun. But at the same time, you can have your fun also while being in a good relationship with a good man, and not overlooking good men, or your lame men, or your corny men that a lot of your women may say. Not overlooking them for some Pookie and Ray Ray that's making temporary money, some risky money. We've been telling women this for a long time. We've been telling sisters this for a long time. But somehow we're called misogynistic, we're mansplaining, we don't like sisters, we hate our mothers, we're this, we're that. Stop it, right? Stop it. We've been saying this for a long time. Now all of a sudden she wants to say it. And see, and the sad thing about it is you can just look at it, in her face and she's like, I do not want to do this anymore. I don't even want to say this. It's okay, sister. Let it out. Just say it, right? Just say it because it's the truth. But listen to some of this ignorant, irrelevant-ish she got to say because she don't even know what she's talking about.
They're so low when compared to black college-educated women that we're all going to be targeting the same small pool of men. And as we heard today, on most campuses, there's like 7 black women students for every 1 black man student.
I get it, and I definitely agree. When you go to Winston-Salem State, you're going to see a lot of, at least from my HBCU, you're going to see a lot of women. You're going to see a lot of sisters. And once again, I agree. I agree that you see a lot, that you're going to have a lot more educated women, college-educated women than you do men. But once again, she's trying to say, well, you know what? Hey, because you have all of these, you have men who aren't college educated, they are not worthy of a relationship. So she's pretty much saying you're settling. But we do understand that there are a lot of men who do not have a college degree and is making 6 figures, is making good money. Is still your average man, make your average money, is making 60 plus K a year. And guess who they are? Your technicians, your drainage technicians. When you're talking about when the power goes out, who's out there fixing them lines, right? When you're talking about plumbers, people who are having to do hard labor, right? They don't have to go to college for that, and they're making good money, right? Which is why you hear a lot of women talking about the wage gap. Oh, well, men make more money than women. But guess what? They don't understand the jobs that are being worked. And you got tons of men who are out here working construction, technician, plumber. I mean, tons of laborious jobs, working their ass off, making good money, but they don't have an education. But to her, those men are below average. People, think about it. Listen to this sister. She is saying that men who are sitting over here making good money, who's making average money, right? Which once again, you can live off of 50 to 60K a year. You can live off of 50 to 60K a year, but to her point, which is why she is saying you should also want to be in a relationship. You dating somebody else who's making 50 to 60K a year. You're bringing in close to 100 to 120K a year. You can live off of that, right? Your average man is making that. Your average man is sitting over here going out, working construction, working a legal job, right? Making 60K a year, doing plumbing, making 60 plus K a year. But yet, here this sister go saying, hey, well, you know what, because we don't have enough college-educated men, something that's irrelevant that has nothing to do with anything, she's going to throw that out there to what? Once again, try to downplay men. Sis, there's a reason why y'all complaining about wage gap. There's a reason why y'all complain about wage gap, because a lot of your men who are not educated is making good money doing jobs that require a lot of labor.
Y'all do the math. So here's my advice. If you are a young black woman in college and you know in your heart and in your head that you want to prioritize family, I suggest that you simultaneously pursue that MRS degree right along with that BA or JD. Because the handful of black college-age men that actually do desire to get married soon, and they do share that value system, and family is a priority for them too, y'all, that is an incredibly small pool, and it's shrinking as you get older.
And what men would she be talking about? What type of men could she be talking about? Are we really going to sit up here and say that less than 10% of your men, less than 10, because she's only talking about 10% of your men, let's be real. Less than 10% of your men are out here wanting a relationship, wanting a family. Only 10% of your men want to be in a committed relationship. People, are we listening to this? And this is just a sister who's disingenuous, who's trying to push a false narrative, right? Number one, most of your men want a freaking family, dude. But the sad thing about it is, this is why I say 95% of your women here in America have a feminist mindset. So once again, some of your good men, some of the best men are going to be looking at women like this, who are your average women, right? You're going to have a lot of your average women who think just like this. There are a lot of your average women who think just like this, who act just like this, is very modest, articulate, but once again, a feminist. You're going to have good men who are repulsed by that. And they're going to be like, man, nobody wants to deal with that bullshit. Nobody wants to deal with that. Nobody wants to deal with that strong, independent BS. She is in love with white men, right? She's in love with the white zaddy. But yet you still sitting over here, still single. Still can't get a man. Still can't get a man. Why? Because of your attitude, because of the type of person that you are. And a lot of sisters think like this and act like this. You ain't gotta be a Pookeisha. She's not a Pookeisha, right? And I will also say, a lot of your sisters, right? A lot of your sisters, I'm not even gonna say are Pookeishas, but once again, they have a feminist mindset like this sister right here, who acts just like this. Very vile, very bitter. Wanna have it your way, trying to say, hey, well, you know what, hey, we're equal. No, understand your role. As a woman, you gotta understand your role. She does not understand her role, which is why she is in the position she is in now. Now you wanna give women advice begrudgingly and say, hey, well, you know what, now you should wanna focus on marriage. The Manosphere and the Red Pill has been saying this for years. We've been trying to tell women this for the longest, but once again, men have been called misogynistic. Men have been called gay. Men have been said, men been told that they hate their mothers. Men this, men that. Kevin Samuel's been saying this for the longest. And y'all see the hate that he got. Y'all see the goddamn vitriol he got from women like this. Now she wants to give this advice.
Reach my age, 40, you will be faced with different choices relating to life partnership and motherhood. Now, I'm not saying that delaying marriage or motherhood is a bad option, but it's one that comes with its own consequences. And our women deserve to know on the front end of their decision making instead of on the back half.
Black women and women in general already know in the front half. Black women already know in the front half. A lot of you women already know what they're dealing with in the front half. It's just that the sad thing about sisters such as her, accountability is their kryptonite. For sisters, accountability is their kryptonite. You can't tell sisters shit. You can't tell them a goddamn thing. Why? Because number one, they feel like they got it all. They understand it all. Now, because men have made women feel like, you know what, hey, we run the whole shit. We built this world. We did everything. Sisters, understand, you have to understand your role. Understand your role. And we've been trying to tell y'all this for a long time. But guess what? Sisters like Ebony K. Williams don't want to listen. Pick the piss poor man. And then, you know what? Hey, well, you know what? Forget it. All black men are this. All black men are that. How though? Because of the men that you chose. That's all that boils down to. It's about the men that you choose. And guess what? A lot of your sisters do not care about that. And this is what I'm saying, right? Here's what I'm saying. Because a lot of sisters will sit up here and say, well, you're getting on Ebony K. Williams about sitting over here jumping on the bad black men and yada, yada, yada. Once again, you're talking about the small percentage of men that, once again, you know they aren't good, but guess what? A lot of your sisters still don't care. They still would deal with them. Right? But a lot of your good brothers are not going to be dealing with piss poor sisters. Does it happen? Yes. But a lot of your brothers are not going to deal with piss poor sisters. But see, here's the thing about it though, right? I'm not even saying a lot of your feminists are piss poor women. I will never say that. Right? I will never say that. I know a lot of your feminists who are great women, who are good women. They have great intentions, but they have a piss poor mindset. They have a feminist mindset. They can still get a man, but they still have a feminist mindset. It's just only a matter of time until that man says, you know what, I don't want to keep dealing with this, right? You have women who are elegant, who are smart, right? This sister's smart, beautiful, all of that, but have this kind of mindset, right? And the fact that she hasn't even learned, the fact that she didn't learn from the last time she talked to Sister Elena or Eliana.
When some of us, quite frankly, feel that the men that are available to us, and I'm talking about across the color spectrum, across the age spectrum, trust me, I've done them all, they are not positioned to protect nor provide because of some of the statistics we just talked about. They're not earning the incomes. They're not having the resources, and some of them are not even showing up in the leadership.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if
a bus
he owns
driver?
the bus? If he owns it. If he owns the bus.
See, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. Okay. Because the standards and requisites, and I'm not talking about him laying on his sofa playing video games all day. I'm not talking about that. But the standards and the criteria that we use to measure men is off for who we are as women and who they are in this society.
Once again, sister, your standards are here, right? Your guys, your average men are here. All your good men are here. Her standards are all the way up here. No man is up here. Not even your men, not even your 10%ers are up here. She's over here trying to get these men that she can't even get. She's trying to get women to sit over here and have high, super duper high standards. Stop it, right? You need to have enough standards to say, you know what, hey, use your discernment. Is this man willing to protect and provide? Yes, he can do all of that. Does he have a future? Yes, he has that. Is he moving forward in life? Right? Since we're talking about younger women, right? Since sisters like Ebony K, who were sitting over here at 20-something years of age, squandered her young youth. Guess what? Hey, let's go ahead and talk to these younger girls who are in 18, 19, 20, all the way up to 25. Let's talk to them. Will he protect you? Yes. Does he have a future ahead of himself? Yes, he does. He's not in the streets. He's not this. He's not that. He's a school guy. He comes to school. He does his work. Yeah, he goes out. He has fun. But he's on his grind. He's on his purpose. Yes, he might be in a band. Yes, he might be a nerd. Yeah, he probably don't smoke. Yeah, he probably don't drink. Yeah, he might not, might not be the freshest guy on the campus. But guess what though? Does he have? What is his trajectory? Right? Where is his trajectory? Oh, he seems like he's going to be a good guy. He's going to go far, because that's a lot of nerds, a lot of guys like Michael B. Jordan, a lot of you women looked over, such as the one that was over here at the red carpet with Michael B. Jordan, and Michael B. Jordan caught her ass out.
Got Michael B. Jordan, the director and the star of Creed 3. And, we know each other. We go way back all the way to Chad Science in Newark, okay?
The corny kid, right?
No, I did not say that. Misquoted for sure. No, you did not hear me say. I said we used to make fun of the name. But yeah, he is obviously killing things out here. Isn't this the sexiest man show off right here? Who's the sexiest man? Because now who's the sexiest man? Because I thought you said you're on the way up. He might be the one right now.
This is the one. This is the one right here. Yeah.
So is it a tie?
Ain't no tie. We don't compete. Yeah, we don't compete.
Two number ones. Batman and Batman. Or should I? Oh, no, can't say that.
Superman and Superman.
Superman and Superman, sorry.
Good luck with that.
Well, you're not corny anymore.
You got women like that who will overlook guys like Michael B. Jordan. Then when they get older, right? When these guys become financially stable, when they reach their financial stride, these same women come back about 5,000 pounds, sitting over here, man, got 3 kids, and sitting over here trying to tell you, hey, well, you know what, dang, where you been? Hey, oh, I always had a crush on you, yada. No, you overlooked them. And this is what you see a lot of times. And you got sisters like Ebony K. Williams. You got sisters, man, once again, who have good intentions. They will still pick piss poor men, like your Pookies, and then want to sit over here and group all black men together. You can't, right? You can't, right? Because there's only a small percentage of black men who are degenerates. right? And guess where they're coming from? The sad thing about it that Ebony K. Williams not even talking about. Guess where these degenerates are coming from? Single parent households coming from your single mothers. But guess what? We want to sit over here and we want to constantly blame black men. Black men. Let's go try to use a small percentage of black men and try to say try to push a narrative that that's all black men. Stop being disingenuous. Here's my question for Sister Ebony K. Williams. Why you still haven't found a good man yet? Y'all do me a huge favor, man. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, leave me a subscribe.